guys, hope you're doing very well. In today's video I'm going to talk about my new tattoo and my experience and the pain rating and the cost and all that jazz. I'm sure if you've been around for a while you've seen my videos where I talk about my new tattoos, but if you haven't, sit back, get a snack, get something nice to drink and chill with me while I ramble on about my newest addition. This eye, by the way, will not stop watering. I went a little bit too ham on the eyeshadow today. My first eyeshadow look did not go that well, so then I had to redo my eyes, and because I've been prodding and poking them so much, this one is deciding that it's going to water today, which is fantastic for me. The most annoying thing, especially when you're filming, because you have to keep touching up your eye and it just gets worse and worse and worse. So yeah, this eye is going to be a little bit fucked up today, so just ignore that, and it's going to keep watering. And this is why I don't really fiddle around with my eyes too much, especially when it comes to under eye stuff. But if I don't put stuff under my eye, it annoys half the population. Me and Yasmin went for a birthday trip. My birthday was on the 14th of January, her birthday was on the 19th of January, and we went to Amsterdam on the 16th of January, and we come back on the 18th of January. It was kind of like a happy medium for our birthdays, and it just worked out nicely for us to go on those days. Before I start talking about my new tattoo, I just want to really quickly talk about my experience in Amsterdam. It was mine and Yasmin's first ever time going to Amsterdam. She has wanted to go for so many years, like she's been going on about it. She's like, I want to go to Amsterdam, I want to go to Amsterdam. And we've been on other holidays, but this year it kind of just fit for us nicely to go. And oh my god, Amsterdam is such a beautiful city. It is just, oh, we had the most amazing time. We crammed in quite a lot of stuff. I'll leave links down below to the vlogs. I posted 3 videos. We went for 3 days, so there's a video for each day. I was going to compile it into one, but it was just too long, so I split it up into 3. So if you want to see our antics and adventures, then go watch them. But oh my goodness, I know a few of you are actually from Amsterdam, or you've been to Amsterdam a few times, or you live near Amsterdam, and it was just, oh, we had the most amazing time, and everyone was so friendly and helpful, and not like, we didn't come across one rude person, like absolutely not. Zero. Everyone is so nice and friendly, which is like, holy cow, like the contrast between Amsterdam and say London, obviously they're different cities, is gonna be different, but like, holy shit, like there was not one rude person, and everyone, it just felt like such an open-minded and free city. It was just amazing. I would highly recommend going if you're thinking about going. Hopefully we'll go back soon for whatever reason. There is a tattoo convention there, so that would be a fun reason to go back. Anyway, let's talk about the tattoo that I got. So I booked the tattoo at Salon Serpent for an artist called Ana in November. I made a video about that. I'll leave links to that down below as well if you want to know how I went about booking that. But I discovered Salon Serpent from you guys. A lot of you have spoke about that studio and the artists within that studio in the comment sections of my videos or in my Facebook group where people ask for suggestions for Amsterdam. It's always the top recommendation from you guys. So I had that in my mind for a few months, way before we even, you know, booked Amsterdam. But whenever I saw someone recommending Salon Serpent, I thought, if I ever go to Amsterdam, I have to get tattooed there. And then me and Yasmin booked the trip, and I was just like, hey Yasmin, is there any chance I can get a tattoo? Because I wanted to ask her, because she would have to be sitting around for a bit in a tattoo studio. So I wanted to make sure she was okay with that, because it is her holiday as well. I didn't want to be like, hey, this is what we're doing, and not, you know, discuss it with her. I didn't want to force her to do something she didn't want to do. She was all good with it, so I booked the appointment in November. The artist I got tattooed by was Ana. Have I already said that? I don't know, but yeah, the artist's name is Ana. She specialises in black work and sort of black work traditional. She does a lot of cool tattoos, and when I saw her work on the Salon Serpent Instagram, I was like, okay, yeah, I need something from her. I love her work so much. It's so clean and crisp. She's definitely an underrated tattoo artist, let me tell you. I used to do a series called Underrated Tattoo Artists where I would talk about really good tattoo artists that didn't have a big following. She doesn't have much of a following. She's got like 9,000 followers, I think, on Instagram. She deserves so much more, and I highly recommend you going to her if you want black work tattoos and you're in that sort of area, like Amsterdam area, or if you're traveling to Amsterdam and you fancy getting a tattoo, I highly recommend her. She is so talented, like really talented, and she is so lovely as well. I'll get into that in a moment. So yeah, we were obviously in Amsterdam doing our things on our Amsterdam trip, and I got tattooed on the last day. I chose to get tattooed on the last day just because it was easier and I didn't want to be hobbling along with a new tattoo if I got it on the first day or the second day. And I felt like with the second day was the only day that was like a full day. We were there the whole day. So I didn't want to really break that up by getting a tattoo. So I thought the last day would work better for me and Yasmin. My appointment was at 12:30 and I got there 2 minutes after 12:30. I'm always early or dead on time. Normally early. I'm eager. Got there 2 minutes after, which was okay because Anna was still sort of setting up and stuff, so it wasn't like a big deal or anything. And all the staff there was so lovely. And I did the usual filling out the form, you know, where you put down your details and your contact details and where you're from and what the tattoo you are getting and the placement and all that jazz. You know what a tattoo form looks like. I assume most of you know what it looks like. So I filled that out on this iPad thing. It was very high tech. And I waited for about 10 minutes until I saw Anna and she kind of come up and said hi. And like I was saying, she was so lovely. But yeah, Anna showed me the design and I told her that I wanted it to match a existing tattoo that I had, which is the cat lady face. And she said that the one that she was doing was about the same size if you included the ears of my cat lady face, because I originally wanted the heart to kind of match just the heart of my cat lady face tattoo, if that makes any sense. But if you kind of shrunk down the tattoo that she had created, it would make everything not as like, what's the word I'm looking for, like there wouldn't be enough gaps in places. So with the barbed wire there's just enough gap for when the ink sort of starts to blur out, there will still be a gap there. But if she shrunk it down any smaller, the gap wouldn't be existing after like 10-15 years or whatever, when the tattoo ink starts to blur out. And I actually prefer it looking a bigger size than smaller, because when I first booked it, I honestly thought it would be quite small just by looking at the flash sheet. But when I saw it, I was like, whoa, that is a lot bigger. And I was like, okay, I enjoy this. And when she put it on, I was like, yes, this all makes sense to me. And so once she put on the stencil and stuff, she went for a cigarette and I kind of just chilled out. And I spoke to another girl that was in the studio and she was getting a thigh tattoo, and we just talked about tattoos and where she's from and where I'm from and what we're doing in Amsterdam and stuff like that. It was really cool. I've never actually spoke to someone else in a studio that's getting tattooed that I don't know. So I had fun with that. And then when Anna come back in, I got onto the tattoo bed. As always, I'm not very graceful getting onto those things. Is there a correct, proper way of getting onto those without looking like an absolute idiot? I don't think so. I've never mastered it. I just looked like a seal flopping onto it. I was just like, blop, on I go. And then, yeah, she just started tattooing me and she was so lovely. We didn't actually speak too much because she was on the opposite end of me because she was down by my ankle. But she asked the usual, like, pleasantries, if that's the right word, that tattoo artists ask when they're tattooing you, which is like, are you doing okay? How's this feeling? And that was about it, really. Yeah, there was no way we could have had like a proper conversation because I'm not deaf, but I've definitely not got the best of hearing from years and years and years of blasting music into my ears. I'm sure there's a few of you out there that have damaged their hearing in some way, but yeah, there was no way I'd be able to have a full-on conversation with her anyway. I'd just be like, what are you saying? So it was just like, you know, a casual tattooing session, and I spent most of my time on my phone catching up on like YouTube stuff because I'd been doing so much stuff while I was in Amsterdam. I didn't really have time to look through comments and stuff, so that gave me some time to do that. The tattoo took just over an hour, just like a little bit. I don't think she started tattooing me until around about 1 o'clock, I think. And then we were kind of out of there by 2:15, half 2, I think. But the tattoo was surprisingly not that painful at all. Like, nothing, zero. There's a few spicy bits here and there, so the further up towards my calf she was, the more spicy it was. If you've watched my videos about my calf tattoos, I've got two. One from Keely Rutherford, which is like a cinema piece, and then my portrait camera lady tattoo. You'll know calf tattoos are just not my favourite. Absolutely not. I definitely will deem them one of the most painful tattoos I've ever had. They're just so spicy. No, I don't enjoy calf tattoos. So yeah, the closer to my calf she got, the more spicier it got, but she was pretty much nowhere near my calf. But the higher up my leg she got, the more painful it was. But yeah, it was really easy apart from that. And I have my other leg tattooed, like I was saying, I've got a cat lady face tattoo there, and that one took I think over 2 hours to do, and that has colour as well, whereas my new one is just black, mostly line work. There's a few bits of, you know, black work here and there, just like little patches of black ink to make up the skull, but apart from that it is mainly line work, and I find line work the most painful part of getting a tattoo. And I don't know what it was, but it just wasn't that painful, and it definitely felt like she had quite a light hand. Like, it didn't feel like she was really digging into my skin to get this ink in there. So I don't know, maybe she just had a really light touch, so to say. But yeah, it wasn't that painful. It really wasn't, compared to the other one that I had, which took over 2 hours and was colour. That's no shade to the artist that did that tattoo either, by the way. Yeah, it just wasn't that painful. It was like, some parts I could have fallen asleep. It was like a deep tissue massage. I was just like, holy shit, I could easily go to sleep right now. So yeah, it took about an hour, and then she kind of like wiped me down and took some photos and videos and stuff like that. And then she used a second skin type of film, so like Dermalize or Sanaderm. She used something like that. I actually emailed the studio yesterday asking what it was called, and they emailed me back saying it's from Unistar, and then I googled it and I can't find it. Well, I found one website that does it, but I think it's a Dutch website, and the shipping was like 15 euros because I really want to get some of this stuff because it is amazing. It is just like, holy cow. So I have been an avid fan of Sanaderm for a good few, well, 2 years now, nearly 2 years. I haven't brought another roll in a while though, because I've been using Tattoo Goo, because I've been kind of enjoying that, to be honest with you. But yeah, she put this stuff on me that's from Unistar, and it's one of those second skin like tattoo film things, but this is the thinnest thing ever. It was literally thinner than cling film. Like, I can't even tell you, like, you could not see it on my skin at all. It was like there was nothing on there. Even Yasmin was like, is there anything on that? Did she put cling film on you? And I was like, yeah, it's one of those like tattoo plaster things. Liam said the same thing. He was like, is there anything on that? And it's like, it is invisible. It is amazing. She put on a second skin plaster, which is kind of like Sanaderm. I don't know what brand she used, but she asked me if I've ever used it before. I was like, girl, don't you know? I go on about Sanaderm like it's the Bible, but
that is a quote.
But this one is very, very see-through. It looks like there's nothing there at all.
Yeah, that's what I said.
There's like no, yeah, there's no shine to it. I've bled a little bit, but oh, I love it so much. And when I peeled it off, it was just like, it looked exactly like Sanaderm, because when you start to peel it off you could actually see it. It's got that sort of like cloudiness to it, but when it's on your skin you can't see it. And it was so thin and flimsy. It was literally like a layer of skin, like that thin. You know when you accidentally like peel your skin, or when you've got sunburn and your skin is peeling, it's that thin. I'm trying to get my hands on it because like I want to make a video on it because I had the most amazing time with it. Let me see if I've still got the website up. So the only website I found it on is called tattooprime.eu. This is it here. I could just put a screenshot up, but where's the fun in that? So that's it there, and what it says is Unistar Skincare Tattoo Film is an all-in-one tattoo aftercare solution for the initial healing stage of a tattoo. A thin self-adhesive film that provides a moist healing environment during the initial and most critical healing stage of a tattoo. It protects the new tattoo from friction and provides waterproof antibacterial barrier that provides pathogens and external contaminant from entering the wound. The film is breathable, letting oxygen in and allowing excess moisture vapor to be released from the wound. It's light to wear, flexible and stretchable, which allows it to be placed anywhere on the body and will stay put for several days. And all of those claims I want to say are 110% true. She told me to take it off after 24 hours ish. I left it on a little bit longer than that because yeah. And I had like a collection of, you know, excess ink and sweat or whatever. You know, sometimes when you use these tattoo films you get like just a nice puddle of stuff in there. So I had that and I took it off and that puddle of excess went everywhere and it was quite traumatic, but whatever. So once I've like cleaned my tattoo and stuff, it just felt really nice. And it didn't feel like painful or dry or anything like that. It just felt good. And I've had minimal blood rush pain. So if you've watched my videos where I talk about getting lower leg tattoos and my new ones and whatever, you'll know I have the worst time with that blood rush feeling. So if you lay down for a while, sit down for a while, then you stand up and then all the blood goes rushing to your lower leg and it's like the most horrific pain of all time. And then I end up hopping and limping for a good 5 minutes. I've barely had any of that. I think the second day, so the Saturday, I had it a couple of times, but it wasn't that painful. Like I felt it, but I wasn't like, holy shit, my life is ending, like normal. It was like really minimal and it wasn't a big deal. It could be due to the fact that it is mainly line work and there isn't much saturation compared to the rest of my lower leg tattoos, so I definitely am taking that into account. But again, it could be the fact that Anna has quite a light touch and, you know, she didn't go too deep, or it could be this Unistar second skin film thing that's helped a bit. I don't know, like it could be all of those mixed together, who knows. But yeah, like healing this has been so easy. I'm on day 5. I'm starting to get a little bit itchy. But yeah, I have been healing with Tattoo Good because that's pretty much all I have at the moment, because I have been meaning to order some more Sanaderm, but I think I might try and get my hands on this Unistar stuff. I may just have to pay that high shipping. I have the worst time spending money on shipping. Does anyone else? Like, I just don't like paying for shipping. So yeah, once she put on the Unistar tattoo second skin film thing, we kind of hugged and said goodbye, and that was it. It was like a very straightforward process. And then I walked down the couple of stairs into reception where Yasmin was completely oblivious that I was even there. She was just watching videos, having the time of her life. And then when I was in reception, I put my Vans back on. I didn't say that, but yeah, before Anna put on the stencil, she told me to take off my Vans. I have like high top Vans and they're the most annoying things to put on. I don't know what it is. No matter how many times I loosen up the laces, I struggle putting those things on. It takes forever. Anyway, once I put on my Vans, I went to reception and then I paid. So I had paid a €100 deposit when I booked the tattoo in November. So I only had to pay €220 for the tattoo, but I had already paid like €100. So in total, the tattoo was €320, which in my opinion is a good price for the quality of the tattoo. Anyway, I thought it was a great price. I'm not sure how much that is in my money. 2 seconds. Okay, so in my money, which is GBP or pound sterling, it's £280.42. So that's how much I paid for the tattoo in my money, which yeah, good price in my opinion. I also brought this t-shirt because it's like a little what do you call it, souvenir while I was there. So me and Yasmin went to the Hard Rock Cafe on the Wednesday. It's like her birthday tradition. And I was gonna get a t-shirt there, but I couldn't find one that I really liked, and I really wanted a t-shirt that said Amsterdam on it or something. I don't know why, I just felt the need because I was totally in love with the city. But I got one of these. I got it in black because I'm messy and my hair rubs off on everything. So this is what it looks like. I thought it was really cool. I got a large because I love baggy things, but it just says Salon Serpent Tattoo Parlour Amsterdam. It's a bit dusty. I've worn it so much already. Yeah, so I got this, which was €20. So in total, I paid €340. And then I gave Anna a €10 tip. I don't know if that's like too little or... I don't know. I didn't really know the tipping situation in Amsterdam. So I was just like, €10, here we go. And the reception guy was like, oh, you're so cute, you're so sweet, thank you. So it was appreciated, so that's something, I guess. But the tattoo studio was amazing. There was art everywhere and flash, and it just had that like traditional tattoo studio feel. Is that it? Oh, the meaning of the tattoo, there is really no meaning. I mean, the barbed wire reminds me of the 90s. I was born in 1990, so I'm a proper 90s kid, so it's kind of like a little homage to the 90s and tattooing in the 90s. And the skull, well, I like skulls, let's be serious. I already have one here, this bright yellow baby, but one more can't hurt, right? Like, let's just add on to the collection, why not? I think in a few months time I'm going to do a video about all the tattoos I've got recently and how they've healed, so I'll feature this tattoo in that, because I don't think I've done a video like that. So I think I'll do a video like that where we proper examine my newer tattoos and see how they've healed and look at the pictures of them when they were fresh and what they look like now. I think that'll be a fun video to do in a few months time once this has settled down. So yeah, I think I'll do that, and I'm not sure what tattoos I'll be getting next. But I definitely want to travel for tattoos more, because it was just so seamless and smooth and it worked out so well, and travelling with a new tattoo was fine. I forgot to mention that. But yeah, travelling with a tattoo was absolutely fine. Again, I think it was because I had minimal blood rush pain, but being in the airplane and stuff like that was fine. I felt nothing, like there was no pain at all. The flight was very, very quick coming home. I think it was only like 40 minutes or 45 minutes. So I wasn't really sitting around for too long anyway. And yeah, it was all very smooth and seamless. It was quite surprising to me, to be honest. Not that I was expecting anything bad, but lower leg tattoos have always been a bit of a pain for me. Okay, I think that's everything. I've rambled on for far too long, as always. I'd love to know if you guys have ever travelled for a tattoo, or if you've ever got tattooed while you're on holiday. What is your dream country to travel to get tattooed, or your dream artist abroad? I'd love to know. And yeah, I hope you guys are all doing very, very well, and until my next video, bye.